Hello world, I am recording again once somehow.
Took
But,
you long enough.
yeah, that's
Yes.
that's all I got. It's been a hell of a fucking couple months.
It really has.
My God, it's been too much. Anyways, something that we finally decided to do is be racist.
Yes.
We're doing the D&D races because we're still debating about the classes and we'll never decide on that one. So we're gonna try
No.
races.
It's basically between this and
Fighter.
the feats, and the races are better.
I don't know. I do want to do the feat one. We're gonna
Definitely
argue.
do the feat.
We're gonna argue the feats nonstop.
I don't think we're gonna argue the feats as much. I'll be honest. Some of them are.
I don't even want to
factually
start with the first one because I already know Cap's answer. But joining us we have Apollo,
Hello.
Fluffykins,
Ah.
Captain,
different.
and Buster.
Hi.
Hey. All right, and I, Mr. Bones, the greatest skeleton of all time, I shall be your host for the evening.
Stop the
We're
cap.
we're gonna start off with Leonins, the lion folk. We have the options of God, S, A, B, C, D, and then just trash.
There's gonna be a lot of trash.
There might be a lot of trash. There might be a lot of in the middle. I will say this: Leonins, they're okay.
I will
Yeah.
say they do have one really solid combo, but that's kind of all they really have.
I mean, this scream that frightens them for one turn is cool, but it's your action. It's a low DC. Now, hang on.
Exactly.
Are
Also,
we
you should
judging?
probably reshare the screen again because you stopped
Yeah.
sharing it.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
It might help.
You know, we roll with it here. So, how are we judging this? Are we going to judge mechanically, aesthetically, both?
I think mechanically, because there are some races that are just hideous but are pretty solid.
I think we should
Yeah.
vote mechanically and also if they're good to roleplay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Leonin, I think, are fun to roleplay because you're a fucking lion man. Mechanically, they're not the greatest. The only really strong combo I think they have is if you're like a conquest paladin, because they have the whole mechanic of fucking with people if they're frightened too close to you, which is really strong.
I think if you did like Polar Master and did the incoming attack of opportunity with them, there's some good combos you can do.
I mean, they're also not bad because they have the inherent unarmed strike attack. They have their own inherent one, which is pretty solid. But again, nothing.
A lot of races have that.
That's the thing. It's like there's not much that's unique about them. The roar is the only thing about them that's genuinely unique.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the best part about the race is that you can roleplay as a Johnny. That's about it.
Either that or like you could be like the de facto leader, like, oh, you're the head of the pack, basically.
And I wouldn't say that's just innately there because you're a lion folk.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're big, you're courageous. Like,
Yeah.
alright, follow me.
All I can
like
think of now is a really shitty version of the oh god, I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna sound like an idiot for this. What's the movie with the fucking Twister where she like goes and
Wizard
the witch
of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, where there's a lion who's not courageous.
Cowardly lion.
Yeah, Cowardly Lion. I'm voting a C. Anyone got a problem with that?
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
yeah.
I can see that.
I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in there. They're just buff furries.
That's like half this group.
Okay, alright. Moving on. Sadirs.
Oh, Satyr.
Uh,
Satyr are interesting.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't
but
they have like
there's
a
one ability.
don't they have like a jump mechanic or something? Or like an
I
increased
don't-
speed?
They do have a charge, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm getting ready to open them up. Hold on.
You all are
Satyr.
forgetting the most powerful part of the race.
Magic resistance.
Yeah.
Oh, they have magic resistance?
Yes,
Yep,
they do.
They're also
Have
they
innate
are
magic
considered
resistance.
fey. They are considered fey, not
Yep.
humanoid for shit.
Yep.
Is this magic resistance where it's advantage on all spell saves?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
good.
That is.
They do
really-
have a
Is it-
inherent unarmed strike.
Do they have 35 speed or 30 speed?
35.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna vote A.
A.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
pretty good.
that's a solid A. I didn't know they had magic resistance. That's fucking.
Yeah,
They also
crap.
have built-in proficiency with a musical instrument, performance, and persuasion.
Yeah, they really lean on like the bard aspect.
Oh,
They do.
absolutely.
Oh god, this race. Wait, no one has any issues with A, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh,
The
perfect.
only reason it's not higher is because there are some that are just factually broken.
Yeah. So Aarakocra.
Now, keep in mind for
Uh.
everybody, we're not using Legacy. We are using the new Mordenkainen version of everything that has a Mordenkainen version. So these ones aren't as broken.
They're still broken.
Yeah, I would say A.
I
for,
mean,
Aarakocra.
starting, as long as you're not a race in heavy armor, or as long as you're not a class in heavy armor, as an Aarakocra, gaining innate fly speed equal to your walking, it's just good.
It is
it
really
is.
good.
Early game, sorcerer and wizards get overpowered because they can just fly and firebolt, or magic missile.
Let's see here. You have an unarmed strike again, so that's just another race that has an unarmed strike. It's not
Yeah.
particularly great.
And
but
I'll
you
be
have
honest,
them.
unarmed strikes are just eh.
They're nice to have.
They're a backup to a backup.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
basically like you don't have a weapon on you for whatever reason, you have an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
see
I've been
here.
disarmed.
Ooh,
But
They
nothing.
also get at 3rd level they get the built-in gust of wind spell,
Mhm.
which is not great.
Don't they also
But
start
one-
with the language for air elementals, the Aurorian or whatever?
think so.
I don't know if they
Think?
still do. I know at least the old ones did. I don't know if the new ones do. Sheet doesn't say anything about it on Beyond, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I think they probably.
I think they do.
Which,
I
yeah, it's just
honestly-
it's another language.
I honestly say Aarakocra's another A. Aarakocra's just good.
Yeah.
I
It's
would
good,
say S
not
just
the best.
because of the flight speed.
I mean, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
B for the sole fact that they're a race that if you decide to go heavy armor Aarakocra, you're basically useless as far as flying
A good
goes.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that knocks them down from to me S to A because I would say the flight speed normally would put them at S, but that basically locks you out of a lot of play styles.
I don't think that flight speed is S tier by itself, but I do think it is solid A.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the heavy armor is a big negative, but I'll be honest, having flight speed alone,
That's
like,
what I mean. Yeah,
and you
but
can
Yeah, the flight.
and you can have it in light armor, and I believe medium armor too. So
Yeah, it's the fact that you get it from the beginning is what makes to me puts that part at S. But because you can't. Most paladin play styles,
Very
you're fucked.
limited.
Most cleric play styles, you're fucked. A lot of fighter play styles, you're fucked.
yeah, very few classes start with heavy armor though.
Even what's it called? Artificer.
Yeah, I think that's a subclass that gets it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't believe any of them start with heavy armor except paladin.
Yeah, they a lot of classes actually don't have heavy armor at the start because heavy armor is expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, you usually have
I'm
to
more
buy
talking
it down the
about
road.
when. I'm more talking about for Artificer and the fact that you're basically locked out of a complete subclass of
Well,
Artificer.
No,
Yeah,
you're
no.
not, because you can do it with light and medium armor.
Yeah, you can do it with light and medium.
Are
It
you
just
sure?
makes it a lot of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
just locks you out of a
it's
lot of
literally
playstyle.
just heavy armor is locked out.
Well,
Double check
I
me
think
on that.
we-
Whoever has D&D Beyond up, because I know light armor can. I'm not sure about medium. Well, we'll say that right there is the defining factor. If you can wear medium armor, it's A. If you can't, it's B. Because I think that's a good split right there.
Yeah.
If you're wearing you can't use flight speed if you're wearing medium or heavy armor.
All right, B it is.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, that does lock you out a lot of the more medium styles. You're limited to light.
Okay. Well,
Genasi.
Genasi.
It just throws the
I love-
four Genasi together, really?
Well,
I
because
mean,
originally
yeah,
they
they
were
did
one
for a
class
couple.
and it was sub.
Yeah, then you get,
one
like,
race
do,
and it was
like,
sub races.
Yeah.
No, it's always had sub races. It's so
N-
basically
no,
the-
now
they split into
it's
full
split.
individual.
Now it's split.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
it
it's
is?
split
Yep,
completely,
now
whereas
they're all
before-
individual races.
Yeah, now
regardless, the lore of these guys is that they're basically touched by a respective elemental plane, generally to the respective genie equivalent.
Yeah, and to that bloodline itself. Like, they're
Yeah.
usually descendants of genies.
With that being said, all of their abilities, they generally have some limited spell casting, which is pretty nice, respective to their, element. But other than that, I'm not sure what else they have.
Let's see here.
Fire gets really unique dark vision.
Yeah, I do
Um,
remember that.
Air gets the ability to breathe air and water, I believe.
Air
Yeah.
air doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, air doesn't need to
Yeah.
breathe.
Yeah, that's the thing,
Water
they don't need to
genasi. Water genasi can breathe air and water.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure the
But,
aquatic one actually gets swim speed, if
Aquatic
I'm not
gets poison resist or acid resistance.
Ooh.
Air gets lightning resistance. The fire genasi get fire resistance. And then the earth one is, in my opinion, the weakest.
Yeah, Earth is definitely
Yeah.
the weakest.
Because I think they get like bludgeoning resistance. I don't think
no.
they get a resistance.
Okay, what they do is they can move across difficult terrain without spending extra movement if they're using their walking speed on ground or a floor. They know Blade Ward is a cantrip, and they can cast it as a bonus action equal to their proficiency. And at 5th level, they get Pass Without Trace.
Okay. Blade Ward is
So,
really,
yeah.
really good because Blade Ward does give that resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Yeah, so it's
But that's not that
Fair
good
enough.
as like a permanent resistance.
Yeah.
yeah. Although
It's-
I will say, to be fair, Blade Ward also does not specify from non-magical weapons. It basically means all
Yeah.
slashing, bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say B.
Yeah, it is a solid B.
Yeah.
I'll put it like this.
What-
It basically
I mean,
has
the Fire Genasi at level 3, they can either cast Burning Hands or Flame Blade without a spell slot. Or
Yeah, I
material
think
control.
fire and I think
Fire, in my opinion, fire and air are really good, and water's okay, but earth really brings them down since we're combining.
Yeah, so it
them.
kind of rounds them down. Yeah, I would say B.
I would say
I
B
will
just because Earth is so not great.
I will say this is that the Genasi have a very similar spread to the Tiefling in the sense of it's
Wait.
a resistance plus unlimited spell
Hang on,
casting.
we're forgetting something here. We came up with a rule. We also have to factor in how good they are at role playing. Genasi
lot
are
of great
really
role-
cool to play as
I
role
fucking
playing.
love them.
They're very unique customization, and honestly, you can do some really cool backstories with them, especially if you're like a warlock of the genie.
We
Oh,
may
yeah.
have someone else joining in really quick.
Everyone wants this as an A or B?
I would say A because the roleplay is so
A.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A. It
We
rounds
might
them.
have a Drago is finally available from a road trip. Does anyone mind if they listen in?
No, they can join in.
Yeah.
I don't
As
have
long
a
as she
P.
doesn't
I do
spam the
not have a
soundboard.
PNG set up for them though. So
As long as she doesn't spam the soundboard, then we're good.
yes, no
Yeah.
spellboard, please.
Yep, I let them know.
Goliath.
Oh,
Ah.
I have a soft spot for Goliath.
You do.
I-
You
yeah.
made Grog without even making Grog. I don't know how
No
you did
way.
it still.
That being said,
You made the Christian Grog.
he did.
I
That
make
being
Grog
said,
Dog.
they're not the greatest.
No, they're really not. And a lot of their abilities are like the environment one against the cold really requires you to be in a campaign with cold exhaustion.
But it also gives you cold resistance to cold damage.
You do get resistance to cold damage, which
Yeah.
is pretty decent. It's not
Yeah.
the most. It's definitely in the upper tier of common types, but it's not the most common.
And you do have to say they're like one of the biggest races you can play. Like the
Yeah.
biggest size.
Yeah, they're tall. But they
I
also
would-
have stone endurance.
Stone endurance
isn't
is
bad.
good.
Yeah.
Role
put
play
them in a solid-
wise, I mean, I
Mm.
feel their shish is really overdone.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah,
every
pretty much.
time you see a Goliath, they're almost always a barbarian.
Pretty much. It's they're not.
What? No.
Yeah, I've
There's
seen a
not a whole lot of
Goliath
fun role
wizard
play for them.
once, and that was cool, but
Like, the only one that I could really see, it's like if you go fighter, I mean,
Makes
Rune
sense.
Fighter, it's kind of
Yeah.
like mixed in with their theme.
yeah. I'm willing to say C.
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
fun,
good
but their role play
good
is super
race,
limited.
good race, just the role play
Yeah.
I feel has been overdone a lot.
Now we have the opposite problem with
Asamar.
ASMR are literally the opposite end of that.
Okay. I don't
Fair.
know much about the mechanics because I've really stayed away from this. I do know they're fun to roleplay though.
I
They
will
have
say
definitely some of the
this.
best roleplay. I will say that.
They have two resistances, not just one.
Yeah,
It's pretty spicy.
yeah, they do. And their unique like Celestial Revelation they get at level 3 is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see
Resistance
here.
to
Necrotic and Radiant.
Yeah.
Which,
Yep.
to be fair, those are not very common.
Yeah, but that's still pretty cool.
It's very no, don't get me wrong. It's very good. It's not
If
super
you're
common. Which is
if
why they
you're
can get away with it.
playing in a campaign with like undead or anything with like god related activities, this right here is fucking awesome.
It is.
And
they have Dark
especially if you go on like cleric or paladin, you can really theme on that god driven path.
Healing hands they have, so
Mhm.
they just have built-in healing hands, which is really good. They have the light
What,
cantrip,
Racemar?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and then they have the 3 different celestial revelations. Whereas before they kind of split it as different sub races. Now they just mix into one, and at 3rd level you pick kind of the path your character
Doesn't one of
goes
those give
towards.
you the ability to fly for like a minute too?
Yeah, Radiant Soul is, I would say, the strongest, just because, congratulations,
Oh,
you have, like, what is it? I think it's a minute of flight speed at 3rd level
Yeah.
as a bonus action, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of
Um,
those is
And
like
I think
a massive,
later on it just increases.
yeah, and like one of those is a massive buff for your allies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
vote B because it's like it's sound mechanics and it's good roleplay. It's not
Yeah.
amazing tier, but I mean it's good.
It's
I mean, when
it's
you
because-
flight speed, you
uh,
also do extra
I'm-
radiant damage.
I'm hearing some does people have some complaints?
I would say A.
A.
Yeah.
You
A.
get 2 resistances. They're not common. but
I
they're
can see an A. I was really debating it. I don't know. I don't know that much about
I
awesome
would- again,
mechanics.
I wouldn't put him at S,
No,
but
not
definitely A. I'm very comfortable with it in A.
S. Okay.
Oh.
We all know the broken bullshit with Bugbear.
So
Who wants
Here's what
25 melee
Long
reach?
Arm.
here's
The
what I'm
long
gonna
arm
say.
build.
Go ahead.
Here's what I'm gonna say about this guy. I love him. I love the basic like built-in sneak attack that's not a sneak attack. You have additional range, and the mechanics for it are beautiful. On top of that, I believe you get a stealth bonus. It is beautiful mechanically. However, the roleplay is what really drags it down.
Yes, there's like
It's
no
very-
roleplay with this. You're a Bugbear.
Yeah,
There's not
you
really
are-
if
gameplay
this
with them.
if you were the only time I can see it being useful is if you're in a goblin campaign.
I have heard some great Bugbear roleplay, but that's more just the individual person who's able to make it work, not the Bugbear itself.
I'm gonna create a
Tell me
pseudo
you're not
rule.
talking about the barn
Hang on,
scene.
I'm gonna create a pseudo rule here. To put anything in S and God tier, it has to both pass the mechanical and the roleplay elements.
I can agree.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
With that being said, the mechanics for Bugbear are so good it needs to go in A.
Oh, they're insanely good.
Oh,
if
yeah,
if, all right, if no one knows what we're talking about, they get an inherent like damage, like Buster said, a pseudo sneak attack. But they get this bullshit where their melee reach increased by 5, so it's a 10 feet
Which-
melee reach. And
this
then
is
if
a-
they go Polar Master, they can get 15 feet melee reach. And then I believe there's another feat where it can go to 20.
This is a race that has actually led me to question internally some rulings for like certain cantrips. Because, well, I can hit someone from like 15 feet away if I'm using a halberd. Fuck, I can't use Green Flame Blade with it. Fuck. Oh well. Because your reach is 10 feet normal.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of ruling that like don't really mesh well with reach, and these guys have inherent reach, which puts a lot of things under DM interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
But reach is so good. Being able to go 5 feet away, so you don't have to get into it and like you don't have to worry about disengaging. Inherently, you can punch someone or hit someone from 10 feet away and then just run the fuck away. Is really helpful. And they can squeeze into places that are large enough for small creatures, which is weird. We can skip
Bugbears
this
are
one and
weird.
put it in D.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fearbog. I do not say it goes in D. Fearbog is cool.
Eh.
It has some pretty good abilities.
Let's see.
It has the
here.
ability hidden step.
I think they deserve C.
Let's see here. Okay,
Just
they
because
get-
how unique they are.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
don't
see
know.
here. They have Detect Magic and Disguise Self, which are okay.
Yeah.
Once per long rest. Hidden Step, you can turn invisible up until your next turn.
Which is really cool.
It's not. It's not a bad one. It's pretty solid.
And I feel like they have like a very big like roleplay thing with like being a part of nature.
They're built for
Yeah.
being rangers and druids.
Yeah, they are built for
Yeah.
being rangers and druids. I will say the roleplay is really skewed on this one because they have the whole, oh, you're from the Fae, but you're also related to giants. It's a little confusing.
I don't know. I feel like they're hard to role play, and their abilities are pretty niche.
I feel like they're
yeah,
good
their
for
abilities are good, but they're niche.
I feel like they're good for NPCs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for your bulk NPCs work. The reason I'm going to put them in D is because they work better as NPCs than players.
Yeah,
You have
I'd
to
say
be
D.
it's a very niche skill set.
Fair.
Good skill set. But
I-
very niche.
I can agree with that, but I'm a little bit skewed because a lot of my races are coming from NPC made because I've been GM for too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. They're cool. They're just very, very specific.
Goblin, C,
I love Goblin.
C.
Goblin. These nut.
What?
I would not put. Absolutely not. They don't go in C.
No.
I'll be
No,
honest. The only
definitely
reason I
not.
said that is because I haven't looked at a goblin race in a year, so I have no idea what they do.
All right.
Oh,
Dude,
they are.
Oh wait,
So-
don't they have nimble escape, which is basically like rogue bonus
Yeah,
action
they have the
disengage?
Yeah.
disengage or hide.
Oh my
and
god,
the
never
bonus
mind.
action.
I'm an idiot.
They're Fey, so charm condition, the whole advantage on saving. throws
Wait,
goes
they're
over
also
granted.
Fey now?
Yeah,
I told you,
goblin,
all Goblin
Oh,
noise.
all goblinoids. Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
including hobgoblins and bugbears, and it's bullshit. They also have Fury of the Small. When you damage a creature with an attack or spell, and the creature's larger than you, you can cause them to deal extra damage equal to your proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
The aggressive halfling.
Yeah, that is literally like a pseudo rogue.
Yeah.
It's a
Um,
number of time equal to your proficiency, and you get them back on a long rest once per turn.
Ooh,
a
goblins are
solid
good.
ability. Yeah, goblins
Yeah.
are good. I'd put them at solid B. There's a lot of fun roleplay you can do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's something I'm gonna say brings it down to a B though, is the roleplay. Like, yeah, it's fun, but it's a goblin.
Yeah, but depending on how smart you are.
No. Hobgoblins are the smart goblins.
No, those are just the big goblins.
No, it
Those are the
specifically
fun
says hobgoblins are smarter.
Well, no.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
but if you were to put the two up against each other, a goblin's able to figure out a very fucking hard ass equation, and the fucking hobgoblin can't lose the smarter one.
no, like this is an actual thing, Buster. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it literally states that hobgoblins are generally more intelligent and thusly the commanders of goblins.
Oh.
Well, they're basically the best way to describe them is they're dire goblins. They're just goblins, but better and more tyrannical.
Yeah, they're literally just
Dire
goblin goblins.
goblins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
goblin
if
boss.
if I remember, I don't know how the new version is, but the old
either.
hobgoblin gave you proficiency with martial weapons at start, no matter your class.
Uh-huh.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. I do
Uh,
know. I think they may have gotten rid of the ability, but I'm pretty sure if you miss an attack, you could do something.
Wait,
to
no,
help
isn't
you
the new
try to-
hobgoblin the one that gives the fucking help action as a bonus action?
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh.
old one.
Wait,
No,
that
no.
was
No,
No.
that's a new one.
that's a new
No, that was
one.
old one.
No, that's the new one. No, I remember it's the new one.
Yeah.
I
I'm
will,
It's-
looking at the new one.
I will pull up D&D Beyond right now.
Yeah, it's
Oh
got-
wait, no, you can still. I see it. They have a lot of shit for the Fey gift. I read it.
Well, I
yeah.
was going to
right.
say.
Oh.
When you can choose an option every time you take the help action. So yes, you do still get it as a bonus action, and every time you do it, you can each gain 10 hit points equal to a D6 plus proficiency. You and the creature can get increased walking speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. And the other option is until the start of your next turn, the first time the creature you help hits a target with an attack roll, the target has a disadvantage on the next attack roll within the next minute.
Oh, this is really cool. Fortune's the Many. If you miss an attack roll or fail an ability check or saving throw, you can draw on the bonds by a number equal to a number of allies within 30 feet to a maximum of +3 for your next roll. Wait,
They
you can
are
draw to
very-
gain a bonus to the roll. No, sorry, to the roll.
They're
I
very
would-
focused on teamwork.
They're
Oh,
very
yeah.
teamwork oriented.
I'll say a B also.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
no.
B.
I could see
They're a
people
good team
playing
player.
this and like being like the back support and everything like that.
Okay.
That, and I will say the art that they have on D&D Beyond for the Hobgoblin is awesome with his axe that's also a guitar,
Yes.
but it's also his literal axe.
Okay. I'm going to say
Oh, boy, here we
something,
go.
and you guys are going to hate me. Dragonborn is S.
I actually agree.
I agree.
Yeah. I agree.
It is very unique, especially now that they have so many different options for roleplay. You could do the Eberron, you could do the Dragonlance setting. My favorite is the Dragonborns, where we're slaves kind of thing. They have so many different resistances and different breath attacks based on your ancestry. It's just fucking good. I'd argue God, but I don't think it's that level of God. I think the mechanic is a
I
little
think-
under.
Hang on, I think if I'm not mistaken, like chromatic dragonborns actually have complete immunity.
They gain
they
an
can
ability. They gain the ability to give immunity for a minute.
Yeah, basically how the the
Chromatic warding,
chromatic-
as an action, you can channel it for 1 minute. You become immune to the damage associated with the ancestry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the most aggressive of them, which is
Yeah.
why they get the.
They're aggressive.
resist
The
immunity.
metallics are passive, and the gems are more neutral based. I
Mhm.
I would argue God, but some of the Dragonborn races do lack in certain category where I think drags it down. But roleplay, it is God tier.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no, it's
easily.
amazing.
Especially
Yeah.
because you have to work with your GM to figure out which fucking role play you're doing. Because the dragon, do Dragonborn have a tail? I don't know. No one can answer that for me. Do you
And we're
believe
not gonna-
Dragonborn have a tail? Put it in the
And then we're
comments.
not gonna talk
Canonical
about the
answer,
dragon
no.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Dragonlance ones.
I love the Dragonlance though, but
They're cool,
Alright,
but I've never played them, so I really don't.
here's
know how
another
well-
one you guys are gonna hate me for. Kenku is an S.
No, absolutely not.
No.
I'm gonna be
So,
honest with you.
I would bring it down to A, maybe B.
Here's
I would
here's
say
here's-
low A, high B.
here's my reason for why roleplay is fun. I can't do it because I suck with voices, but if you're a good voice actor, fucking mimicking every voice you've ever heard.
Yeah, I tried to do that in someone's campaign, then they killed me.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. The ability is really cool. I actually really like that for roleplay purposes. However, it gets more annoying more often than not.
yeah, I
That's the
understand
issue.
that. I feel like for short arcs it's really good.
Yeah.
I also think, and if I ever played a Kenku, this is how I would do it. I would keep like a notebook of all the words, and I'd put like the type of voices associated with, like old man says hi, young woman says good morning, and I'd keep it like that, and I would just collect words. And I'd fucking create a dictionary for my Kenku.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I was doing. I would like try to like copy like your voice.
But
Or, like, some
mimicry
voice
mimicry
stuff.
is a great mechanical ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And-
very cool mechanic.
And so is
Uh.
expert duplication, where you are like instantly great at forging fake documents.
Congratulations, Rogue or literally nothing else is good with them. Cool.
I'll put
I don't know, Illusion
No,
Wizard would
I'll-
be.
I mean, Wizard's also pretty solid, but
I'll put it like this. With that Kenku, is that you basically gain half the features of a mastermind rogue right
pretty
there.
much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, like I said, they are. That's I think one of the things that also brings them down. Their stuff is really geared towards a very specific set, but they're
I-
fun and it's a very cool set.
I'd say B.
I would say a solid B.
Yeah, B.
Okay,
Hmm.
They
yeah.
work
I mean,
really well
they're
with
good.
Rogue and Wizard.
Yeah, I'd also argue like Bard too.
Yeah, Bard could also
Yeah.
work pretty well.
And
with
maybe
them.
some subclass specializations go good with it. But again, the roleplay really brings it up. The mechanics
Yeah,
are kind of bringing
They
it.
have some of the same issues as Fearbolg, but their kit, I think,
If-
lends itself to a bit more stuff.
I feel like
I
it
think
could be
that, yeah.
borderline A minus if your GM is willing to touch base on why the Kenkus cannot talk.
I don't even know if that's still part of their lore.
It is. It's just never fucking talked about.
Yeah, because even on their blurb on D&D Beyond, it doesn't bring that part up.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like, oh, they angered a god once and got their voices and wings taken away.
But no one even in D&D can agree.
But now they're
that
saying
it's true.
Kenku also shound in the Shadowfell in the material plane. So,
Exactly. So it's like if you go with the they can't talk, it really brings up the roleplay. If you go with they can, it brings it down. I think.
I
their
feel
kit
like the
works pretty well for a
Corvin.
lot.
I feel like the Corvin might outshine them now.
True.
Yeah.
But Kobolds. I'm
Rest in
gonna
peace, old kobold.
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Rest in
Okay.
peace, old kobold.
I love this. I love this race so
They
much.
get dark
I
vision.
love.
Yeah, that's good. They
That's
get
tier.
Draconic Cry. As a bonus action, you let out a cry that at your enemies within 10 feet of you. Until the start of your next turn, you and all your allies have advantage on attack rolls against those enemies who could actually hear you.
Not gonna
Multiple
lie to
times
you.
proficiency bonus, gain them all back on a long rest. It's in my opinion, it's a better version of the Leonin roar. It has a very
Yeah.
different use,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the same like activation concept.
The
Which I think is
roleplay,
very powerful.
the roleplay for me is okay with them.
I think the roleplay is actually really good because
Honestly, they're more like comic relief.
Yeah, they really
no,
are.
not even. Not
No,
even.
a
Like they
lot.
come from an oppressive society, and the fact that they're
Yes.
at the bottom of the barrel allows them to actually, if you are a PC, be able to basically try to
Buster?
rise above that.
When the fuck
Yeah.
have you ever seen a PC actually roleplay that?
Well, the thing about kobolds is you also have to remember they may be in an oppressed society. They think it's great
Yeah.
most of the time. They don't think it's oppressive.
Yeah.
Most of the time they're working for a dragon and they think it's fucking awesome.
Like,
Even the ones who go out into the
Bussin'.
world are usually still working for a dragon in some way, shape, or form, and they think it's great. It's the equivalent of they're basically get to see their god on a regular basis. So yes, you're right. They have a very oppressive society. They just don't realize it's oppressive because they see what they worship on a regular basis.
mhm.
Who may or may not eat them on the regular.
Oh, also, having an innate hatred for gnomes is hilarious to me.
Yes, if you roleplay with that origin, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, I can see that one. So where do you guys
Uh,
want to put it? I said I was staying out of this one.
Also, there is
Yes.
another thing that they get, the Kobold Legacy.
Yeah.
Craftiness.
Getting proficiency in either Arcana, Investigation, Medicine, Sleight of Hand, or Survival. Choosing Defiance gives you advantage on saves to avoid or end Frightened, which I think is the weakest of these three. Or Draconic Sorcery, where you just know a cantrip from the Sorcerer spell list.
I'll be real with you,
Congratulations, you're a fighter. You still know fucking
Fireball.
Green Flame Blade.
Or that. Oh, yeah. Jesus.
I'm gonna be real with all of you. I think it's an A, mostly because of mechanical. It's actually
Yeah,
pretty
their
powerful.
mechanics are
mechanical.
incredibly strong. I will
Oh,
say
yeah,
the
no,
old
I
one
would
I think
say
was
A.
stronger, but the new one is still very good.
Yeah.
I would say A because their mechanics are very
A.
strong and they have some fun
Okay,
play.
you guys are leaning A.
I will say this
I'm
is
saying
that
yes.
I wouldn't say S.
I would say they're definitely
Listen,
too
if
far
you don't
off,
give
though.
it an S, you hated Spunk.
Spook. I will say they are very fun.
Did what I do to Spook not make it clear I hated him?
Yeah. Not
You
even
let
give a
Spook
fuck.
set
I
everything
plan
on
to
fire.
read
I
it.
thought you loved Spook.
Oh no, I don't know why I went to Spook. I thought you was talking about the fucking the one from campaign 1 that I made a
Oh,
vampire
no.
that cried for
No.
eternity.
Well-
Oh, you were evil person for doing
I
that.
am evil.
there
I
is
made
one thing.
I made my players cry.
I will
There is
say
one
I put
thing-
Kobold above Bugbear, but I don't think they're quite an S because I don't think they're above Satyr with the
Like
magic.
honestly, I really don't think they're equal to Genasi and Satyr, but
Yeah, I say Satyr and Genasi are borderline S, and I don't think Kobold quite surpassed those, but I will say they're definitely higher than Bugbear and probably above ASMR.
we're putting them at the end of A.
I am gonna say this though.
Fine.
The Legacy Cobalt, I would honestly still put it in A for the roleplay purposes of its racial debuff and its ability to grovel. But
yeah, I think
as
the
it stands-
Legacy I probably would have put an S because it makes it more funny.
exactly,
And they had pack tactics.
No.
So
It wouldn't-
like I
it
said,
wouldn't be S.
comic relief.
Okay,
now we have
lizard folk. I love lizard folk.
They're not bad. They're not
Swimming
bad.
speed equal to your thing. You get bite. You get a hold breath. You get a bonus action bite attach, which can give you temporary hit points. That's really cool.
And also still
On the
able
bonk.
to use your bite attack.
Yeah.
And you have natural armor.
Yeah, you have natural armor, which is like the same as Dragonborn, and you just gain proficiency in some skills. It's really good.
Yeah. You get
I will say RP kind of a little bad.
yeah,
It's
very lacking.
so
Like,
the thing about RPing a lizard folk. Correct me if I'm wrong, and they changed the lore, but their whole shtick is that they don't feel human emotions. Like
Mhm.
they are very straightforward.
They're
This
literally-
is the
they're
task
cold.
that needs to be done.
They're
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally
cold blooded.
They are lizards.
Yeah.
Mhm. I will say they can be kind of cool. I feel like the bounty hunter theme for like a lizard folk is really cool.
Oh yeah.
They also work really well with druid and ranger.
Mm-hmm. I'm willing to say a B.
I could say
Yeah.
high B.
Yeah.
High B, low.
High B.
I'll put it
Yeah.
above the goblins.
I
Yeah,
would give
could
it an
see that.
A. I would give it an A if it was legacy, just because I think the bone
Okay,
crafting.
Legacy was broken, and I want to talk about this because
Oh, the
I
machine
I
is
did the
funny, dude.
math on this. So you could kill one enemy, and you could make something out of its bones, right?
Yep.
When you
Mhm.
sell something, you get a third of its price. You could make a shield, which is 1 gold. That is 3 silver. You kill 6 goblins. That is 3 times 6 for 18 silver. 1.8 gold. 6 bone
Yeah.
shields.
I'm pretty sure it also took an hour to craft, if I'm not mistaken.
It did. But you could just slowly do that like in traveling in a cart.
Yeah, it
Or
was very
do one
easy, and
every
you-
long rest.
You could just get a very infinite amount of gold.
Yeah, it's like a really
Uh-huh.
early game way for economy jumping. Like if you knew what you was doing and you had a GM that could work with you on it. But
Yeah,
like
it's a cool idea.
I got to the point where I'm saying these are bone weapons, not really steel, so they're gonna be less.
Yeah.
But
That
I
and
mean
I think a good idea was to make it so if they had a sort of durability where they could break because they're not really crafted very well.
yeah.
There's ways to balance it, but I think the new version is better all around because that was a mechanic that you either abused or you never used once.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're
Orcs.
Oh boy, here we go.
Uh,
Borknorth, the science orc.
State it, Fluff. We know you want to talk.
I would be wholeheartedly honest. A tier.
Actually, I can agree.
Yeah.
Their kit isn't super
'Cause-
broken, but it's good.
The kit isn't super broken. It's pretty good.
Medium,
Not only that-
30 speed. The adrenaline rush is pretty good, which I don't think I've ever seen you use once.
You don't need it.
Dark
Just 'cause I haven't
vision,
had a need to use it yet.
Exactly.
relentless endurance. Okay, so they literally have the orc relentless endurance and the
yep.
yeah. That's just a straight A. That's just a
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
A.
Their kit, it's not broken, but it's just a very.
And I mean,
solid, it
it's an
works for pretty much
orc.
anything.
You just role play an orc.
And the thing
Okay,
is, if you actually read D&D lore, orcs, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with them.
there is
Oh boy, here's one of the
Backseat.
other band races.
God.
Yeah.
It's got to
Man.
go to God.
Man, do you
Do you want to
Khajiit is
move?
innocent of these crimes.
Do you want to move at the speed of sound?
But he's not blue.
Ding!
That's all
That's
you have
the-
to. That's all you have to say. Like we made the rule for S and God having to also have good roleplay. Tabaxi is great fucking roleplay because it's like you come from a faraway land seeking treasures, artifacts, and stories.
Well, that's just it, though. It's like Tabaxi is a natural-born adventurer. Their whole shtick is that they love traveling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
It-
literally have the most like pseudo adventurer backstory, and they're very customizable, and their fucking mechanics are just broken with speed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they work with anything. You start with a climbing speed equal to your walking. You can be medium or small. You have cat claws. You gain proficiency, dark vision, and feline agility is just broken.
Yeah, the doubling your movement speed is absurd, especially if you combo it with monk or
As
one board
boots of
barbarian
speed.
subclass. Yeah, they're
Or
just broken.
any fucking speed boost spell like Longstrider.
Mm-hmm. They are
It's-
a very fun race. They are very good.
Yeah, as long as you're willing to work on the roleplay, it is a god tier race.
Mm-hmm.
No one has any arguments with that.
Oh no, I can
Nope.
agree.
No, I
They're
can agree.
really good. I
Trites-
may not be the biggest fan of them, but it's not because they're bad.
Triton.
Friends are cool. I like
Okay.
Triton.
This might be a hot take.
Say it.
I think Triton actually has. It's overlooked a lot, but it actually has really cool lore. If you don't know.
Oh no, it's god tier lore. I love it.
I,
Oh yeah, they're
I
from the
love
plane of water, and they're the defenders of the ocean.
it. Yep.
Let's see here. They have the swimming speed equal to their walking speed, and they can breathe air and water, which is really solid.
They gain the ability to fog cloud and gust of wind, and they get water
at fifth
walk.
level. Jesus.
Dark vision. You can communicate with all simple ideas to beast, elementals, and monstrosity that have water swimming speeds. That is insane because normally it's just like beast only. This one allows 3 different branches.
And they have resistance to cold damage, which again, not the most common, but by no means is it rare.
No, that's just good. I mean, I'd argue S.
I would say S.
Yeah.
Like, it's really overlooked because a lot of people are like, it's just another sea elf. It's not. It's not.
I think it's a
even
better
close.
version of Sea Elf in some respects, yeah.
It's something entirely different. But
Now we have
Yuan-ti.
Purebloods.
Yanti.
Where are they at?
snake fucks.
If it doesn't
Pensions.
go in A or S,
I'm gonna say A.
Yeah.
I will say S. Magic resistance is strong.
Yeah.
Poison
also from a-
resistance.
Poison resistance is really good early game.
Poison
Well,
spray, animal friendship, and suggestion.
May I
Only
add
on snakes,
also?
though.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but you also have no limit of how many times you can cast it, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Literally
That is
just
true.
buy a snake and now you have a familiar.
Well, that
Yeah,
also
basically.
means a very common early game enemy in forests is like giant constrictors and giant
Yeah.
vipers and shit. And you can just tame them because you can get suggestion and animal friendship.
Also,
and
the
just keep
ability that
casting
you can
it.
become small is really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say very high A.
And the other thing is, well, the reason why I would say bump it up to S is because the roleplay factor I think is also pretty cool.
I've,
Oh,
I've
how they think they're superior to everyone?
Oh yeah. And the fact that since they're pure blood, they're the lowest of their hierarchy, but at the same time, their whole hierarchy is based off how snake they are. They're also extremely manipulative, and their whole stick, I think, is beautiful. And the idea of one being an adventurer.
Buster's arguing a really good point.
It
It's,
is. Yeah, their roleplay is incredible.
Also, the
Yes.
roleplay of like how you become a Yanti by rites of sacrifice and stuff are really cool.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you sound so depressed about it, Apollo? You're like, yeah, it is cool.
I'm agreeing.
Alright, feral tieflings. I'll be honest, I still cannot tell the difference between this and normal tieflings.
Okay.
They have fly speed. That's basically.
I'm
Feral
putting them
tieflings
next
get
to each other.
Feral Tiefling can get flight speed, and I don't think I have to say anything else.
Can we just
So-
put these two together? Get
No.
I meant like
No.
vote on them
Wait,
together.
Are you talking about?
No.
you're
Vote on
talking
together,
about-
yes.
Are you talking about just because of the name, or are you actually talking about a mechanical aspect and a lore perspective as well?
Okay.
Okay, I'm talking about the lore perspective, but when I say together, I mean we vote on them at the same time because they're similar.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No.
do you know the lore perspective behind both of them?
No, I just said that.
I think isn't it
Okay,
that
so
feral?
The difference between the two is a regular tiefling is considered civil because they hail from one of the sections of the Nine Hells, like Avarice. Tieflings there would be considered normal. A feral would be like, I was born in the.
I
material-
think that's shit
Like,
I made up for
that's what
my
makes it so.
campaign. I don't think
No,
that's
I
actually.
think, I think it. I
no,
don't remember.
that's actual canonical lore.
Yeah, I think feral tiefling. Their idea is because they're not part of the base stuff. They're part of Sword Coast.
Feral
Which is
tieflings are
fake.
found in human cities, or towns, often roughest quarters.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, they're. At the very least, these are the ones that are more.
I mean,
For a feral tiefling, just think of them more as a normal person, but they look like a demon / devil.
Well, alright. So mechanically speaking, what the difference between a feral tiefling and the
No,
rest?
both.
is-
They literally have the exact same lore. I'm literally looking at their
Yes.
pages. It's
Yeah.
copy and paste.
No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm aware, but I'm trying to explain the mechanical difference. The mechanical difference is that all tieflings have a limited form of spellcasting. Feral tieflings give that up for fly speed.
No, that's only the variant ones.
Pretty-
There's
I thought that
feral
was-
tiefling and there's variant feral tiefling. Variant feral's the one that gets the flight speed that I would say makes them S because there's a strong
Variant
I
tiefling.
would-
Variant tiefling non-feral gives flight speed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which yeah, it's the
Got mixed up.
variant feral tiefling.
So-
It's a flight speed.
So, for summary, because Fluff has stated and I just looked it up, there's no lore difference. They literally copy and paste the lore.
Yeah, I think feral tieflings are literally just kind of supposed to be more just angry tieflings. I think that's literally all they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're ones that just are
I would-
angrier.
I would say
I-
the tieflings though. I think they should be S or possibly even God.
No.
No,
Well,
they are
actually,
not God.
I don't know. They have a stronger flight speed than the Aarakocra.
Yes, they do.
They get it from start, and they can wear medium armor with it, which
Mhm.
opens up a lot more that you can do with them. Of course, this
Yeah.
is the very not the base, but still,
Also,
that is a lot.
we all know that tieflings have some of the best roleplay.
They
Tieflings have incredible
they have
roleplay.
good roleplay.
Yes.
I would say
Um,
no matter what, they both have to at least go in S, just because.
I'm gonna say both go in S because looking at it, they do have the exact same lore and their mechanics aren't that much different. Because both can get the fly speed, both can get the
Okay.
spell. Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Regular can get flight speed.
Yes, there is a variant tiefling that has the fly option, winged.
I thought it was only feral that got it.
No, they get it
Yeah,
too.
that's what I thought
Like,
too.
Apparently they fucking added that in at some point. I guess
Yeah,
they added that with
and
49, I
also
guess.
all the variants for those races, by the way, like the Fina tiefling, the whatever all those were legacy. They've all been legacied.
Have they? God, I forgot they had Tiefling got kind of shafted with its shit.
Yeah, so
They really, I forgot. They
I
fucked with
I
Tiefling a
don't
lot.
think there's that much of a difference. I like in my thing, I just say tieflings normal are more civilized. Feral tieflings are ones that are more feral. Like
Yeah,
There's
I
n-
think they kind of condensed them down to be the same basic thing. Then eventually, at some point.
Yeah.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised that when they redid Tiefling, they based it on feral Tiefling.
if we're wrong, chew us out on it. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no. But from what is being said, it kind of sounds like they based the new version of Tiefling on feral Tiefling. Because it came out regular Tiefling and all its shit, and then feral Tiefling, and then it looks like they just made Tiefling feral Tiefling. I
Like
think they made it the same thing.
I'm not gonna try to
Which is
understand
weird.
tieflings. I'd
No,
rather go to Pathfinder tieflings.
That being said, I will say very much easy S.
Easy
I would
S,
argue
great
almost
roleplay.
God just because their flight speed is better than Aarakocra, and they have some other fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, is it better than Aarakocra? Because I thought Aarakocra was equal to their walking.
It is, but these ones can wear medium armor as well as
Yeah,
They
but
are,
theirs is
whereas-
set at 30.
True.
Theirs is 30 and cannot increase. Aarakocra can increase theirs.
True, but
Medium armor.
this opens up to a lot more that you can do
True.
with the character in terms of classes.
Anyways, are we happy with S?
Yeah, no,
S.
I'm happy with S. I'm very happy
happy
with
with
S. I will agree. S fits.
Mm.
Tortle.
I can agree with
oh
that.
boy.
Master Uwe?
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, portals are really good wizards, monks.
Alright, hang on. Listen to me.
I can agree. No, I will. He's cooking. I agree with what he's cooking.
Let me
I wanna
cook.
hear it.
Let me cook. Okay? Turtles. Roleplay perspective. They have some of the best roleplay, which is they die in 60 years and they're just out seeking treasures and adventurers for their future children. It's fucking amazing.
I
Yeah,
still
lit-
don't
That's very
understand why they have such short lives. They are turtles.
They're turtles. They're not turtles. They're turtles. Get it right. They
Yeah,
can hold their breath for a long time. They start with a base AC 17. Crazy. Yeah, they can't
Yeah.
wear any armor, but they can have shields.
And they don't
Yes.
need armor.
They
Also,
don't.
wait, I thought
They
thought
can
they're-
wear armor if it's just their shell defense doesn't apply if they wear armor.
No, it literally
actually,
says you
they
can't.
can't.
Yeah,
No,
it
you gain
literally.
no benefit. from
No,
wearing
it literally says you cannot wear light, medium, or heavy armor.
Yeah.
It literally says that.
You have to understand, their
Where?
shell is part of their body.
Where I'm
Yeah.
reading their
Natural
section.
armor.
It says they can-
Your shell provides a base AC 17. Your dex modifier doesn't affect this number. You cannot wear light, medium, or heavy armor, but if using a shield, you can apply the shield's bonus as well. Are you reading Legacy?
No, I'm reading more than I thought I was reading more than Kynan. Unless my fucking page moved. Oh yeah, apparently my fucking page moved and I clicked on the wrong one.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, they cannot wear armor.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really change
But
anything really. In
they
the
get the
armor.
option to be medium or small.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, now they can be small.
They
which is
get
weird.
claws, which, as we said, it's not it's not good, but it's a good
It's,
backup.
it's nice to have. It's handy to
Natural
have.
mystic skills to nature. That's always good. And shell defense, where you could just go in your shell and gain a +4 bonus to AC for 21.
Putting you at 21
Oh, yeah.
AC.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
They're really good. They actually work well with a lot of different races.
You mean
Especially when you
half?
consider part of their whole mechanic is when they're before their parents die, everything their parents learned, they teach their kids. So if one of the parents was a wizard, congratulations. They taught their kid everything they know.
Yeah, like you have an in to every single class because it's like your parent taught you this before they died. And now you're going out on an adventure for your children, which you're going to eventually bore. Like, just
Yeah,
good.
I think they're very good.
And I think they really shine in long-term campaigns where you play for decades, where you're having all these time skips and you actually see the character age.
Yeah, and you have to be careful because when your character starts getting to like the last, say,
10 years.
7 years, 10 years of their lives, your character's gonna have to leave.
Yeah.
It's their duty to go have children and teach them. That is their new duty.
Yeah.
I do miss the
That's
fucking hex
that's
wizard.
that's why I put it as God. It's a great race. A lot of people overuse it as like, oh, it's Oogway, but no, it's good.
No, they're actually the Ninja Turtles. Get it right.
Yeah. You know,
Uh,
the funny part is pairing evasion with their AC is hilarious.
Oh my
Yeah,
god. I
oh
hate
my
you.
god, yes.
You're a dick.
Okay. Changelings. No one has any issue with that being God, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
No, you're fine with that.
Changeling.
If it's not an S, I'm right.
I'll be honest, I just call Changeling Kitsunes.
Weeb.
I'm sorry,
No,
but they
that's Pathfinder.
yeah, I know, but they're basically Kitsunes from Pathfinder.
They are, except they're actually, are kitsunes fey? I don't know.
Yeah, Kitsunes are Fae. Kitsunes are
They are.
Fae.
Yeah, okay, so they are literally kitsunes, but they aren't fox people. Okay.
Yeah, they're
got it.
literally Kitsunes. So I just, in my world, what I do is I make Changeling's base form, instead of that like pure just white being, a Kitsune.
Huh.
Because that's better. I feel the roleplay is lacking with this one, I'll be honest.
This one is very much up to the player for roleplay. There's not really anything particularly there.
Yeah, it's either like, oh, it's okay, or okay, I have a plan for this. Like okay, I'm gonna disguise myself as like the second prince and everything. And then try to
Very good roleplay perspective if you're trying to do like one of those campaigns where you're trying to like take down nations and shit, or
No,
yeah.
no, it's good for like story building, but we're saying for roleplay purposes, there's not much there in their actual lore.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
themselves
yeah.
don't have anything to it.
very left.
It's up to the player and the story to really make them evolve. So roleplay, it's both trash roleplay and god tier roleplay. There's
Which
no
is
in
why I don't think it can break the S barrier.
No, I think
Yeah.
I think B, because the roleplay is so
I-
wishy-washy.
I was
say
gonna say A, but I'm willing to settle on B.
Like, don't get me
Everyone,
wrong, their kit, the
I
shape
want
changer,
A.
is fucking awesome. But
Yeah.
the roleplay just it's really
I mean, let's be
dependent
honest.
on the
All they have going for them is Shape Changer. That's all they have going for them.
and again, shape
They're
changer,
Fae.
awesome.
They don't even have Fae resistance.
Yeah, they don't. They really don't. They don't get one of the signatures of the Fae.
Yeah. So for
That's why I
that,
think they're a solid B.
I think solid B. Anyone disagree?
I was gonna say high
I'm fine
C,
with
it.
but I'm fine with
I was
B.
gonna say low A.
I don't think they're A.
Fluff?
I think B is just right in the middle.
I'm gonna say B.
Okay, we
Yeah.
got 3 for B,
Yeah,
a low
B.
A, and a high C. So we're gonna break on.
I think
B.
it averages out to B. I think
Yeah, it averages
B is a
out to
very
B.
solid place.
Dwarf
Hey, I'm a
digging a
right.
hole. It's a dwarf. It's A.
Copyright strike.
It's an A.
Copyright strike.
If I
Yeah.
hear one more Scottish accent,
Not
I'm
because
going...
of Hector. Not because of Hector.
Oh my
It's
God,
it's a
you-
dwarf.
No.
All right, hang on. You can roleplay dwarfs. They're dwarfs. You can always
I know.
fucking roleplay dwarfs, and
Oh, yeah.
they're just good.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
just
enough
solid.
baby oil, you
Yeah,
can
no.
roleplay anybody.
Yeah.
I should have never made that character.
You could be a war.
Yeah.
You could be
Now,
a.
I will say,
Okay, what?
my
Hang on,
opinion-
hang on. What the fuck are you talking about, Apollo? We're talking about dwarf, and you're bringing up Warforge.
No, I meant to say I was trying to say artificer, but it came out warforged. So continue.
I will say, Mountain dwarves, in my opinion, are the strongest ones by a long shot.
Nah.
Yeah.
Inherent
Nah.
proficiency with light and medium armor for any fucking class. So you could have a wizard wearing medium
Yeah.
armor and it doesn't fuck with them. Is really strong.
But you see,
Dark dwarves are kind of cool too, but sunlight sensitivity.
everyone forgetting about Hill Dwarf.
Hill dwarf is good. I like Hill dwarf.
More HP. More
Yeah, no,
HP.
Hildorf is good.
Hill,
I think Mountain is the strongest.
here's
but
the thing.
I think they're S.
Nothing's bad with dwarves. They're just all good.
That's the
Oh,
thing.
no.
All of them
Yeah.
are good. It's definitely up to
Like-
personal preference which one you think is the best. 'cause
Yeah,
they're all
it
good.
would normally be a B just for mechanics, but it's a dwarf. You can roleplay them any fucking way.
I
They're
don't
dwarf.
think they're B for mechanics. I think they're by the default A for mechanics.
Fair.
I think they're S. I think they're an S class. S class.
Anyone disagree with it being A other than Iron?
No.
Nah.
Class, I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
Dwarf, A or S?
If we're gonna be totally honest, I'm saying A.
Yeah, I think we're settled on A. I just don't think there's enough glamour there to move them to S.
Yeah.
Like the dwarves, they always come with a stereotype dwarf. Like,
Like
But
I
they're-
said,
they're
I
fun
hear
to
one
roleplay.
more Scottish accent.
yeah, they're like elves. You're gonna always hear a British elf.
Yeah.
That's it. Just for that, I'm going to make a dwarf that has a French accent.
All right, let's no more French accents. No more French.
No,
Oui,
no
oui,
more.
oui,
What
ma
did I do?
baguette.
But
Mhm.
okay, an actual French accent, not whatever the
Hold
fuck
on.
you just did.
All right, Kalistar.
The fuck are these?
I don't know.
They're the
Dream-
dream
They're the
fucks.
people who
Dream
have
thing.
like the second. They're basically the schizos of the fucking D&D.
Oh, I remember them.
Yeah,
I
we had
remember.
one. They're the ones with like a psionic thing, which I will say there's something really cool about them. Immediate resistance to psionic damage.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mechanically, they're kind of cool. I don't know their lore well enough to relate
Their
to it, though.
lore is really interesting. So they actually they don't sleep. Instead of
Oh.
sleeping, they are tied to the dream realm. And when they sleep, they're just going to the dream realm. They have like a spirit with experience and relationship to them in the dream realm.
Hmm.
That's kind of like a spiritual guide.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this spirit could be like, it could be connected to their entire lineage, it could be individual. It's something that's connected to
Yeah.
them that teaches them.
Their
Right,
mechanics are
gotcha.
fucking great. Advantage on all wisdom saves. Resistance to
Resistance to
psychic
That's
damage. Mental link, you can speak telepathically to any creature provided you can see them within a number of feet equal to 10 times your level. You don't need to share a common language for this.
They just have to understand a language.
Yep. Severed dreams. When they sleep, they don't, but they don't connect to the plane of dreams as other creatures do. Instead, their minds draw from the memories of the otherworldly spirit they sleep. As such, you are immune to spells and other magical effects that require you to dream, but not spells that put you to sleep.
So basically, they can be forced to go into the dream world, but they can't be put to sleep.
No, they can be put to sleep. They can't be forced to go into the dream realm.
I mean, I said that backwards.
But I mean, roleplay I think is really cool, and their mechanics are kind of broken, and I'll state this one reason. They are one of the only races that you can go barbarian bear totem and gain resistance to everything.
Jesus Christ, Apollo, no.
Kalistar gains psychic resistance. Barbarian bear totem, you are resistant to everything.
It is one of the only class race combos that can become resistant to everything.
Do I think the RP is good enough for S? No.
I would
Nah.
say they're high B to mid A. Somewhere.
Yeah.
I will
B,
settle
yeah,
on
B.
high B.
I could say,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we want to put them before or after Lizard Folk?
I think before.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah. Orc of Exandria.
That says Eberron, dumbass.
Or
Eberron,
Eberron.
yeah.
Shut up.
I
I was-
don't know. I don't know the difference.
I was reading the Exandria book earlier. Fuck off. I was looking for inspiration to kill people.
What?
Say
Uh,
psych right now.
Let me find the
Does
Eberron
anyone
book.
know? Does
So-
anyone know anything about the Orc of Eberron?
I know a little bit about Eberron. That's like the
If I'm not
war-torn world.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the ones from Eberron are a little more crazy than the ones from Exandria.
That's a world where Warforged come about.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I don't even see it on.
I know.
Yeah,
I mean, what I was
D&D
gonna look
anymore.
at.
Yeah.
Oh, because it was probably
Oh,
moved to Legacy.
Mm.
Yeah,
No.
they're
No,
they're
no, they're
considering
not.
the old orc.
No, they're not. No, they're a variant orc, but they're not even available in
Mhm.
Legacy.
Dang.
Where the
Yeah, no,
fuck
they
are
just straight up took them out.
Yeah,
Are they now a sub race of the default orc? Maybe.
It might be.
I'll check.
God, one of these days we need to make sure we get Humblewood because I'm gonna try that Humble.
We have
Humblewood races.
Humblewood.
We have
Yeah,
Humblewood.
We
When
do.
I was making my characters, I didn't even notice any of the fucking Humblewood.
You have to
races.
turn it on. It's third-party content.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I don't see them. I'm just gonna say they're equal to orcs.
Yep.
Anyone have an issue with that? They're orcs.
I'm
Yep.
fine with that.
Sure.
Orcs. Are orcs.
Eberron orcs. Shifter. I love shifters.
Yes. My
No.
favorite.
Is this actually your favorite race?
No.
I like them. I don't think they're the greatest, but I like them.
I don't think they're the greatest either. They have some decent roleplay options with like the child of Lycans, and you can like roleplay what kind of Lycan your like family is. Maybe you come from a like descendant bloodline of strong Lycans.
Yeah.
I'd say a B.
Yeah, honestly, mechanically, they don't get too much. What do they get? Like a skill, their shift ability. And
They get
that's about it.
proficiency, their shift ability, and dark vision.
Yeah, it's pretty lackluster mechanically. And roleplay is kind of nice, but it's enough to sink your teeth in on, but not really enough to like fully flesh them out. You know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
felt like if you were playing like with a GM that was like doing heavy Lycan or vampire playthrough, and then you like leaned into it with a shifter, that'd be cool. Or if you're even doing critical role rules with Blood Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Right.
that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Lots of different Lycan options though. This is just one. Warforge.
S.
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 I would say
S.
S, at least S, if not God.
S to the point where I'm putting it above Yanti.
Yeah.
I would put them in God. Just let's be honest, it's a fucking Warforge.
All right,
They're so broken.
let's review. Let's review Warforge here. Okay, so
Alright.
Warforge comes with the Constitution and +1 to any other ability score. Okay, pretty good.
Mhm.
They come with Centuries Rest, and I believe they were the first race to do that, weren't they? No, Elves were with the trance. But they have reduced time to sleep. They only have to rest
Yeah.
for 6 hours a night.
And they're not unconscious during it either.
Yes, that's the first thing. They were like the first race to not have to lose consciousness.
So you can
Child.
put them on watch even when they're asleep,
Yeah.
basically.
They don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. They're immune to disease. They don't need to sleep, and magic can't put them to sleep. They have advantage on poison and resistance to poison damage. It's weird. It's not a flat out immunity to poison.
It should be, but it's probably a slight attempt at balancing them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a
+1 to
balancing thing.
AC. You can don only the armor with which you are proficient, and don the armor other than a shield you must incorporate into your body over a course of an hour. That's not bad. I mean, yeah, it adds time to donning armor, but pretty good.
It's also part of you, which I
Mhm.
could argue you don't have to take it off. It's part
Yes,
of you.
and it literally specifically says your armor is incorporated to your body and cannot be removed against your will.
Yeah.
You
get
gain
one
proficiency with the tool, and I believe you gain like the ability to integrate it into your body.
I don't think you get that now.
No, I believe there's something that lets you do that.
There's a there's an
Part of
item,
it.
there's a magical item that is you can get integrated weapons that replace a limb.
I'm pretty sure that integrating the armor is a part of donning the armor, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
that's
that, yes.
literally
No, he's
what we
talking about the
said.
tool.
We're talking
Yeah,
about
he's talking
tools.
the tool.
Oh, okay.
And yeah,
Um,
common and one language. I mean, yeah, they're good.
I would say they're god tier.
I
The kit
don't
itself is
think
like
they're god tier, and listen to me why. Roleplay.
No, you are not knocking them down on roleplay.
No,
I'm
the
not-
roleplay is
Hang on.
incredible.
The roleplay is incredible. I don't think it's god tier because it is a little bit limiting on your GM.
Hmm?
Like, for
Well, that's-
my example, in my
Oh,
world,
yeah.
Warforges are always made around a specific time, and there's the New Age and the Old Age Warforge. I really want to lean more on the idea that they're not entirely used for war, but that's really their whole thing.
So, in base lore, the whole shtick is that they were created during a giant war, and the war ended. Now they're trying to figure out what the fuck they
Yeah,
can
and
be
that's
used
the
for.
entire Eberron
That's cool.
plotline.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
heavily
that's
tied.
Eberron.
yeah, I know, but that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
we're also
though.
basing it on
They're
the
pivotal.
normal lore. We're not basing it off of personal lore.
Fair.
Yeah,
The normal
I-
And I
lore
think-
is they're lost and trying to figure out what to do, and adventuring is the closest to what they know, so they go adventuring.
I think it's highly inspired, honestly.
It's very good because you can, depending on what the character starts encountering, if the person who roleplays them pays attention and realizes all they're doing is killing stuff, well,
I think
just
it's an
think
A,
that's
but
normal.
I'll put it to a vote.
I would say God tier.
Or sorry, S.
God.
It sounds like everyone wants
God.
Warforged.
God,
GIF!
God. Really,
You're
what's saying yes?
How dare you?
I'm not even
Actually,
going
If we're gonna be, if we're gonna be fair, I'm gonna say yes.
for GIF?
No, he's talking about Warforged.
Oh
No.
God, you scared the shit out of me. I was about to fly over there and smack
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's a good place
Fucking-
for it.
I'll settle for God for Warforged. It's a classic. GIF.
Um, If
Trash.
you throw that in trash, I swear.
I don't think they're trash, but I think they're D.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm going.
what?
Hang on. I'm going to state one reason why it's trash. Until Baldur's Gate 3, no one talked about this fucking race, and it stood there for 50 fucking years almost without any lore updates.
You know what?
It is garbage.
Sorry, it has too much lore for anyone to actually read.
No, don't get me wrong.
They
The
are-
lore is really cool, and the roleplay is really cool.
Lore, slave to
It's
mind
not great.
flayers. Done.
Slaves? They are the destroyers of the Mind Flayer Empire. And you forget, the Gith is not just the Gith Yankee, it's also the Gith Zerai, who are the monks.
Who?
You know, the ones on the elemental
Exactly.
chaos.
Who? Alright. My case
This
for
isn't-
why gifts suck. They suck. That's just it.
Okay,
That's the
so
reason why
opinion,
they
got
suck.
it.
They suck.
No
I
explanation.
would put them in trash because I mean they do have some good abilities, but I mean it's just
Well,
Okay, we can't judge this off Boulder Gate 3, Apollo.
no. I was literally looking at it.
no, when they get a long rest, they can get proficiency in a skill or tool of their choice.
Resistance to psychic damage, I can't deny that.
Yep.
I would say maybe.
Innate psychic defense, you gain advantage on avoiding being charmed or frightened.
I would say the highest I would go with them is B.
Honestly, I would say C, just because like not a lot of people play them.
They have super cool lore, and there's a lot of roleplay.
I would
potential there.
say D, but honestly, the psychic resistance bring them up.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had the psychic resistance. I think that
I
at
didn't
least
either.
is C, if not B.
Yeah, psychic
And y'all-
resistance is really good. It's
And y'all are really gonna sleep on the whole, the psionics that they have as well?
I mean, the only psionics that the new Gith get is they get Mage Hand, Jump, and Misty Step.
Yeah.
yeah.
and
don't get me
Invisible
wrong.
Mage Hand, by the way.
And I mean, look at them; they're ugly.
Which, don't get me wrong, those aren't terrible. They're not incredible, but they're not terrible. I would say a solid B.
Brother,
I
it
didn't
is
realize
an
they had-
arcane trickster without having to go
Beef
arcane
it over.
trickster.
I mean, it's not because you're losing out on some of the good features, like bonus action manipulating, in a more finesse way. A mage hand,
Yeah, I would say very solid B. They have some very unique abilities.
and depending on which thing you go, but like their story is so convoluted and so brushed up upon. Like before Baldur's Gate 3, because we're playing this like after a year almost since Baldur's Gate came out.
Now, I will say, Buster, old Gith, I would agree would definitely be A or S. They had a lot more stuff. New Gith actually lost a lot of shit. New Gith lost their Martial
yeah, they did.
Prodigy. They don't have like
Honestly,
stealth bell
yeah,
casting
it's
abilities,
been a
stuff
long
like that.
time. I just looked at both of them. They basically made them near identical. But
Yeah, they're,
Yeah.
they're
Old Gith was really good. New Gith is decent,
Yes.
but nothing
we're
crazy.
putting at C, but I still think their
I-
story is trash.
I vote B.
No.
I'll say B. I say they have some good stuff. They don't have anything particularly incredible.
Did
I
you
think
just say A?
You said B.
He said B.
No, I'm talking to you, Fluff.
I said B.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he said B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
God,
You're fucking going deaf now too. God.
Your
damn.
mic is popping.
A little bit, but I everyone heard B.
Yeah, I heard him say B.
I
I
would
did.
say I think they deserve B. They're
Yeah,
not incredible, but they're
I-
not bad.
I'd love to be.
I love democracy.
I'm putting it at the bottomest of B's.
Okay.
All right, bottom.
Those are-
Centaur.
I think one thing we're learning about this game though, right, is a lot of the races are at least decent. There's not a lot of
Yep.
them that are bad.
Bad, yeah.
That being said,
Yeah, I wouldn't. All right, Centaur. Bad.
no.
No.
Now I will say the
Centaurs
fact
can ride horses.
yeah, centaurs can ride horses.
Yeah.
They can.
Uh,
I'm
so
gonna.
hear me out here.
I'm gonna say one thing that fucks over centaurs. You can't climb.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can. It's just
you can.
it takes
Arm
more
day.
It's
movement.
just harder.
It counts as extreme difficult terrain.
Yeah, it's 5 extra feet of movement.
Yes.
1 foot is 5 feet. You
Yeah,
can still
it's
climb.
called jumping.
Yeah, you can still climb. It's just harder.
Yeah, not only
Uh.
that, to be honest, aren't there some feats or some classes that get abilities that just kind
The
of
gate climbing. Yeah.
Yeah, spider climb.
Spider climb.
Yeah, spider
some
climb.
monks.
Guess what? I'm a fucking centaur that fucking climbs the wall like a rope.
That,
Oh.
Okay, that would be terrifying.
It would be horrifying. Now, I will say, it is a negative.
You can't get away from me. Oh, what are you gonna do?
We're putting a lot of ifs in it. Hang on.
Yeah,
Just-
it is a negative, but it's not a super strong one.
I mean, no, it is. Every 1 foot is 4 extra feet.
I'm saying it's not a huge negative because that's not the most common thing you're going to run into. I would say you run into
Yeah.
water more often than you're going to run into climbing.
Yeah, but
Don't get me wrong, it's a negative.
Also, you're
But-
a Fey without Fey resistance again.
Yeah, but you do get something for your Fey
But you are a
connection
horse
where you
man.
get
Nature
proficiency in animal
affinity.
handling, medicine, nature, or survival. So you
Oh,
get
yeah.
a proficiency out of it, and you are still a Fey, and you get more than shifters did with changelings did.
All
with
right,
their Fey
mechanics.
stuff.
Where are we putting this? Just for mechanics.
I would say A.
Hey,
They
I
get
would
really
like
good
to
stuff.
add they do have a natural weapon, and I will say this about their natural
yeah, the
weapon:
charge.
it's a D6 instead of
That
a
charge is not a
D4.
natural weapon. Charge is
No,
an ability.
hooves are.
ability-
Your hoofs are, though.
I believe.
Yeah,
the
and
hooves are-
I've had so many people play centaurs, and no one really does the charge correctly.
That being said,
Yeah.
I will say the equine build. Everyone says, it's a shame that they're not large like they were in UA because then you could ride them. I have
Yeah.
heard some people argue equine build makes them count as a size larger when it comes to carrying capacity and weight. I
That
have heard
does-
people
that does-
argue
That does not
adds-
refer to riding. That does not refer
I
to
know.
Yeah,
riding.
I have
that-
heard people argue it. If your GM argues that, I would say they're S. By default, rules as written, they are A.
I will say this.
I
Also
can see
have-
the argument for that, even if I don't agree with it.
Centaur
Also small.
RP is okay.
They have
Yeah.
some fun RP, nothing crazy, nothing that would bump them up into S, but they're
No.
solid. They have some fun
Yeah,
stuff.
no, it's a solid, fun class to play.
Yeah, they're good.
I think
I
it
think it's
wears
like
on
they're
too
good.
quickly. I do think it does
Yeah.
wear on pretty quickly.
Yeah, if you focus on the centaur part of them without mixing in everything else, they get boring quick.
Well, no, I mean when I have a centaur, like every fucking campaign.
How many campaigns
Not
have we
right
had
now.
centaur?
Okay, let's see. First campaign,
2.
Fluff was a centaur at the end.
I've
We've
I've
had 3
I've had four centaur players. I'm including one shots. I've had 4,
not counting one shots.
3,
We've had 3 and
3 and 6.
Draco.
6.
Draco. Yeah.
We don't
Wow, we
count
had a lot of
Dracos because
centaurs.
Draco was a centaur for like.
Wait,
2
no,
sessions.
4. No,
He's
4
Fey.
now. I forgot Draco 4.
Okay,
That's-
he was a centaur for 2 sessions.
Yeah, and I had run half the fucking campaign around that.
That is true. He did.
So
No,
fuck
no,
off.
It's your problem
4
for
out of
half the
6 of
fucking
my
campaign around that.
campaigns, you guys have been fucking centaurs.
Centaurs are fun races.
I'm
that's-
tired of centaurs.
All
All right, Loxodon.
Yeah,
I'd rather talk about a
do the
fucking
herd.
Loxodon.
Wait,
God.
he's tired of centaurs. All
Overrated.
right, guys, you know what that means, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Time to bring out the gnome squad.
I would rather you bring Normandy into the fucking game than the centaur.
No.
I do. We'll talk about Normandy if we get to gnomes.
What do you
Uh,
mean if? Loxodon is next. Let's see here. I haven't actually looked at Loxodon in a while. I know
Oh,
they're good.
God.
I know they're fucking really good. I just don't actually remember the specifics.
Oh, they're so fun to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's biased, but he's not wrong. Let's see here. They have powerful build like orcs and a couple other races, so
Mhm.
they can carry a shitload.
You get +2 to your
res-
Constitution. Plus, you
uh,
have natural armor.
Yeah, they have natural armor. AC is 12 plus.
They're-
Ooh, 12
If
plus
you're doing the
con.
base lore, it really pulls into Ravnica.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
The trunk's
I will say
overpowered.
Oh, the trunk is amazing. You can
Oh,
use
the trunk's
pretty
overpowered.
iron
If
Strength.
their lore was better, I would say they would be borderline god. I would say as is they
A.
get really pulled down by the lore, and I think they're an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their lore really pulls them down. Their kit's incredible. They have one of the best kits in the game. Don't get me wrong. But there's no fun lore about them really.
hmm
Okay.
And I like how that was very easy. Like everyone's like, yeah, no, they're A. They're A.
I would
Okay.
say S.
Tartar.
We just said for RP reasons they are not S.
Their RP is what pulls them down a lot. Other than that, though, they're fantastic.
I know they're fun.
No, you just like
Minotaur.
them because you play. Minotaur.
That's it.
Tar.
Minotaur. What I was planning on going if I didn't go Centaur with this character.
I
Let's
love
see
Minotaur
here.
now.
I'd say
They have an
B.
inherent. Let's see here. They have an inherent unarmed strike. They have a similar thing to the charge,
Yeah.
where if they take the
That ours
dash
is a little
action to
better.
move at least 20 feet, they can do a attack with their horns as a bonus action. Let's see here. Immediately after you hit a creature with a melee attack as part of your attack action, you can use a bonus action to push the target with your horns if they're in 5 feet, no more than a size larger than you, and fail a strength save. You can push it up to 10 feet. So they have an inherent shove as a bonus action if you attack somebody with melee. And you always know which direction is north and have advantage on wisdom survival checks to navigate.
Which has
So
came
they
in
have
handy.
part
really
of
good.
Keen Mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't have the good part of Keen Mind in my opinion.
No, but they do have part of what is normally a feat, and that Labyrinthine Recall can be very helpful for travel.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm surprised they don't have that improved build, honestly.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind
but
of surprised. I think that
I'm-
might have been on the old one.
I don't think their roleplay is that good because the Minotaur, they've changed some of the lore. That at first it was connected to Ravnica and now it's not. And they are not even counted as monstrosities like they should be.
Yeah, these ones are canonically supposed to be the D&D
They're the
universes.
domesticated minotaurs.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
all Minotaurs are canonically supposed to
Yeah.
be either Ravnica normal humanoid ones
Probably,
or
yeah.
monstrosities.
I'm going to vote next to the goblins. Anyone complain?
I can agree with
No.
that.
Yeah.
If you
Fine
if
with
you
that.
homebrew
But-
them to be
Okay.
monstrosities, I think they're better.
Where
Alright.
did you wait? Where were goblins again?
Goblins were
are-
B.
Yeah, very much mid B.
I can agree with that.
Yep.
Simic
Simic
hybrid.
hybrid.
This-
Okay.
okay. This is the one I will die on my hill on. To say
Okay,
that they're at least
I-
A.
I will say something. The roleplay for this varies so much. Because if you're doing Ravnica, it's fucking great because the Simic Guild's a part of it. If you're not, you're just an experiment.
Which still
Exactly.
does give you some really cool roleplay.
It does.
Yeah,
It's not as strong, but it's still a very good one.
I don't think mechanically it's that great.
What?
What?
I don't.
What?
I don't. I don't because the entire thing it has going for it is the enhancements. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
cool.
That's really good.
You can
What are
choose
talking
between
about?
having a gliding speed, basically,
Mm-hmm.
a climbing speed, or
Mhm.
breathing underwater and having a swim speed. Congratulations. Each of those are incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you
no.
get that first level, and then at 5th level you get grappling appendages, acid spit, or carapace. Which,
So you can
fun fact, all of those are shit other races get at start, and some of this you gotta wait for 5th level for?
well, it's because you also start with something broken at first level.
What's
Yeah.
broken at first level?
You could get a climbing speed, a swim speed, and water breathing.
Okay,
so you
well,
have the
No, you only
Okay.
get one, and guess what?
Yeah, I
Other
said
races
or.
do that.
Or
Climber, tabaxi, underwater
that's what I was getting at.
adaptation, triton.
Bones. Remember how climbing speed is one of the reasons why tabaxi are usually banned?
No, tabaxi are banned because of the speed.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely.
No,
the main
no,
reason,
that
but
is
climbing
literally
speed,
the
I've heard, is
reason. No, the
So,
climbing has
here-
nothing
These
to
are
do with it.
fucking fantastic, and the level 5 options, they're not as insane, but they're still really solid.
So, here's
Congratulations,
the
you get an
thing.
inherent bonus to AC. That's good.
Here's the thing. I know that pigeonholes you roleplay wise, but it's not the fact that it's powerful mechanically. It's the fact that I love the idea of roleplay and the variability of this
No,
race.
no,
that
let
this
me
race
get.
brings.
No,
think
I'm
it's
saying the roleplay is great. I'm saying the mechanics make it fall.
I think the mechanics
Yeah.
fit the roleplay super well. though.
They
That's, I
do,
think,
but the
part of
mechanics
thing.
are not that great.
I'd argue that they're maybe not top tier, but they're very good.
They're
Okay.
mid tier.
Level
The
up
mechanics
solid,
are
maybe
mid tier.
I
No.
agree with Bones there. I
don't
love
think
this
they're
race,
mid-tier.
but that's why I said it can't be
I would
S.
say
That's why I'm shooting for A.
I will
Honestly,
agree with A.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
A
Apollo.
or-
I'll agree with A.
Go
A
ahead,
high
Apollo.
tier.
They're speaking over us. Apollo.
Yeah, no, I would say high B A, high B to A.
Fluff.
I have no opinion on them.
I'm
I
gonna-
haven't played one, so I can't really give a good opinion.
I'm gonna say
No.
A because me and Buster agree. It's the mechanics just aren't there to make it S.
I can agree with A. I think they're S, but I can agree with A, and I'm not going to be upset by it.
I'm not gonna argue for the B, even though I do think they're B because there are a lot of pigeonholes in the lore.
Yeah, I will agree. There's a lot of
Yeah.
pigeonholes, but they're a race. The pigeonhole is part of the race. It's not one of those where it's like, I'm trying to think of a great example in another one where, like, say, Warforged, they have the whole thing of you have to, you were a former soldier, yada yada yada.
It
Simic
really
hybrid, it's what you expect when you get the Simic
it
hybrid. That's
really
literally it.
depends on if you're playing Ravnica or not.
If you're playing Ravnica, it's definitely better. If not,
You're just an
you
experiment.
have to go like the mad scientist
Oh.
route.
Yeah.
They're never playing Ravnica, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most
Also,
people- no one plays Ravnica.
Elf.
A real
S.
shame.
Yeah,
Elf
100%.
I hate it.
Well, there's
Yes.
so many elves though.
The only
Exactly.
reason why I'm saying S is there's so many elf, there's so many varieties, there's so many bonuses, and there's so many different ways to RP them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drow,
them.
Yeah.
sea elves, high elves, fey elves, astral elves, wood elves,
Ladrin.
Oh,
pale elf,
gonna s-
Vamir
I'm gonna.
elves, Shakir elves.
Shakira.
Shakira.
Dude,
yeah.
the Shark High?
Shut
Did you
up.
really just call that?
Shadow
That
elves.
guy.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
enough.
Part of their whole thing is literally like any kind of like they can fit anything. Oh no, I need an elf that can do this. They have sea elf.
Or, hey,
Oh
give
no,
me-
I have an elf that can do this. High elf.
Anyone
Wood elf.
disagree with the S?
No,
We
I
need
agree.
I hate them.
I hate it.
I have to agree.
I agree.
I'm still gonna have to
yeah.
hold at an A.
I wish I could put them lower than S.
I-
They're
I-
too varied.
I wish I could
Okay.
too. Some of them are just overpowered.
Exactly. I hate them,
Yeah.
but they're too good, and I hate it.
And let's be honest, the trance.
Yeah, trance is
4
powerful.
hours.
4-hour trance is just insane.
Here's one that I kind of wanted to play, but I never got around to it because I could never feel like I could do it very well. Is the Vedalken?
They're. I don't.
I'm sorry to say this. P.S. Don't get me wrong. I love Ravnica, but this is probably the weakest race. I'm not gonna lie to
mean,
you.
They have some interesting story stuff where they can be like 500 years old.
Yeah. So
Brother,
like you
they
can have
are
one that has
sea
seen
elves.
a lot. They are worse
They're
versions of sea elves.
Yes.
I'd say. Oh, not them. I'd say C or D.
I would say D.
I would say D.
yeah, D or C.
I'd
yeah.
say
so
D
cool-
because-
the concept.
The RP just is like falling
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
They're
they're-
large.
I'm
they
sorry,
got
for
some
which one again?
Vedalken.
Vedalken, the blue ones.
I have
They're-
no idea. I've no
Simic
exactly.
hybrid, but not as severe.
Okay. For the
Okay.
record, lore-wise, they are not Simic hybrids. They tend to be turned into Simic hybrids.
Yeah, they're the ones
Yeah.
who usually get turned into Simic hybrids
Yes.
Yeah.
because they're like, I'm not perfect. Wait, they can make
So
me
they're
perfect.
basically Simic hybrids before they become Simic hybrids.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah. Like these,
Yeah,
it's
kind
that
of.
Okay.
elves or
Okay.
humans are get
Hang
turned
on.
into them.
We're gonna
They're
move-
the nerds.
We're gonna move on because we're all okay with D, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
even have to talk about this.
No. I'm voting at least D.
Okay.
why?
Ignoring that.
Okay.
RP.
No.
There's no RP.
No. Just
Yes.
there's something that counters the RP. Having to be
What?
in water 8 hours a fucking day or 4 hours.
So
a
I'm hearing
fucking
it
day.
Every 4
Like for
hours.
the Grung?
with suffocation.
Yeah, no,
No.
Grung,
Low
Grung
cap.
is just better. The low cap, the ones that are insanely like need of water.
Yes.
Yeah, Locath
I'm
literally
gonna
have to
be
be in
honest.
water for like 8 hours a day.
I'm gonna be honest, unless the campaign is mostly taking place around water, I'm just gonna say any race that is constrained to staying in water for a certain amount of time a day is always gonna be I'm gonna say F tier.
So trash. Yeah.
All right, we're
Yeah, just because of that. If it
Everyone's-
wasn't because of
everyone's-
that, I'd say they could be at least.
everyone's in
solid.
agreement beside Buster. Locath suck.
Yeah. They're very campaign dependent. They're
They
too
are.
campaign dependent.
Dapamir. I want to put it higher, but I'm just
Dapamir?
gonna say a
Okay.
C.
I'm gonna say this right now. All of the heritage ones, or yeah, I guess that's what they're called.
The lineage one.
A lineage.
All the heritage races kind of suffer because they, for whatever reason, they almost read like a subclass or a sub race rather than a full race.
They do.
Yeah.
Part of it is because in UA they were obscenely powerful, and when they
And they were
put
sub
them out-
races.
Yeah, they were
Exactly.
sub races, and then they combined them into the heritage, and they fucking neutered them when they did that.
Here's what
Pretty
I'm, here's
much.
what I'm gonna say. We're gonna judge them just like this, so they're all independent races.
Yep.
So Dapamir, pretty decent, 35 walking speed, medium or small, based off you. And you can be. Here's what I love. They have written it where you can become these races from another race. Where it states if you were as an Aarakocra before, you like keep your flying speed.
Yeah.
That's cool. Spider climb, don't need to breathe, and vampiric bite. I mean, it's
See.
decent. See,
It lacks on the mechanics end. I
It-
do like the roleplay of being a vampire.
the roleplay does. It just lacks mechanics.
It
Exactly.
gives a good route
I'm
into
gonna
turning
say-
your character into one.
To be
Trust
honest,
it.
I'm gonna
This
say
is
B
coming
for the sole
from me
fact
with
that-
vampires.
Now, personally, I'm gonna give it a B for the sole fact that depending on what you feed on could affect the roleplay.
That is actually a good point. You can you can make it where it's not entirely blood. It could be dreams. It could be mana.
Like cerebral spinal fluid. You don't have to kill the person.
Yeah, you could
But you
play
have
it
to
like
have
a
it for
you
this
could
mind
play
to
it
keep
like a
your spine
mind flare with psionic energy. I'm down for a B upgrade. You guys happy with that?
Yeah, fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm leaning C, but yeah,
All right. Well, speaking of C, I think Hexblood should be really bad.
yeah, no, they are.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will say Hexblood is D. I just realized we
No,
skipped
no,
one,
I'm
I
fine.
but
haven't.
We did.
I haven't.
we'll do that.
But we were
played
doing
a
these three in
Hexblood
order.
yet. I haven't played a Hexblood yet, so I can't give an actual definitive opinion on it.
Eh,
They're not good.
they're kind of
The
kind of
token
cool.
idea is cool.
Yeah, no, the idea is like you're basically tied to a hag, and you are basically in the process of becoming a hag.
You're a Fae.
really cool.
You are a
No,
Fae.
I know the lore about them.
Now, the thing by default, none of these races are incredible. However, when you remember that if you start as one and become one of these, you keep all that stuff. Like you keep your flight speed, swim
You
speed,
no, you
shit
actually
like that.
lose a shitload of stuff too. You lose your proficiencies. You lose your other abilities.
You do. Let's see here. Nope. You keep skill proficiencies you gained, and any climbing, flying, or swimming speed you gain from it.
Skill proficiencies and but any other abilities.
You learn
lose.
like magical abilities and stuff like that. So I'm guessing it's more physical things you keep, but magical things you lose.
No,
kind of what they're doing.
I was reading it specifically. It keeps elements of your race from any skill proficiencies from it on climbing, flying, or swimming. That's it. They literally your speeds and skill proficiencies.
I mean,
It
yeah,
literally
but-
states that.
I do feel like it should keep things that are inherent physical things about
But
you. Like,
then
oh,
you're
if
just getting overpowered if you do a shift.
Exactly.
campaign.
Yeah, but I think that's part of the point of why these are kind of not powerful on their own. Is because
I'm-
it's supposed to just be an add-on.
I'm gonna say a C.
But it's C.
Like-
That's what I'm saying.
See, that's the like these like they kind of wanted them to be an add-on, but they kind of wanted them to be their own thing, and they kind of did neither.
Yeah,
very well.
It's
That's, I
this
think, the
weird
issue.
middle road.
They gave them too
They-
much to be an add-on, but they didn't give them enough to be solo.
Speaking of which, Reborn.
As much as I love
Love
Reborn,
them.
C.
I will say high C.
I would
Yes.
say B.
No, they don't deserve a B.
I don't know. They have
I
the,
would
they don't
agree
need to
with Bumble
sleep.
on this one for a high C.
Yeah. They don't need
Yeah.
to sleep. They don't need to eat.
So Dapamirs also have that ability.
They
Yeah.
have the whole thing where Warforged can be conscious.
Oh wait, no, they
during
don't
their rest.
have the full ability. Only Reborns. do.
No, Reborn have a very powerful. Their deathless nature is very powerful.
Yeah.
Not
Um,
only that, advantage on death saving throws.
yeah, that is really good.
They basically have the sentry thing of Warforged,
Mhm.
except they also have the advantage on death saves. So they have a better version of that.
Now, where I think it falls apart, the RP is good, but it classifies you as a humanoid. You really should
Yeah,
be an
You should be an undead. You should be an undead. That's what I mean. These were things that they started as one thing. They tried to convert it to another,
I-
but they didn't do either very
I
well.
would put it next
I
to
would say
Dappamir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, no, I
Be
as long as it's
honest, when
me.
it comes to Dathomir and the Reborn, we've done this in a previous campaign where you technically classify them as an undead. So
Yeah,
holy
but that's
magic and
homebrew.
heal
We can't
someone,
can't
it
include
hurt-
homebrew shit.
Yeah. If you homebrew them,
I know,
they're
but
great. If you
still,
don't,
yeah.
All right, here's where I'm gonna make a small. I'm gonna try to rechange some things. We've been talking about these three kind of together, and we've separated them a bit. How about we just throw them all in B because they're technically as great RP options with them.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I will say, yeah, Hexblood is definitely the weakest
Because
of the three.
we'll just say lineages are B. We're just gonna bundle them together. Cause
Yeah.
And hey, look. Oh man, look, another D class.
D.
D?
It's better than Lolkith,
Which one's this?
Grung,
Grung.
Poison Boy.
Grung.
Hey, hang on,
Orange
hang on.
Goblin.
Can I make
Wait,
one?
Grung? F.
Can I make one case for why Grung should be higher?
I know what your case is. I know what it is.
The infinite poison build.
The problem is poison
F.
sucks early game and late game.
No, it does suck unless you take the poisoner feat.
No, it still sucks.
It ignores
Actually-
all poison resistance, so there's only
Not
like
immunity.
Yeah, but
Everything
there's
late game is immune.
not everything.
A lot.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Is it immune to poison or resistant?
It is
Because that's-
immune.
Immune?
Oh,
C.
Yeah,
Always C.
they're immune to poison.
Yeah, actually, that is a fair point. If there's an immunity, it's got to go high.
That's
Immunity
true.
is yeah,
He can-
immunities is a big deal.
Also, it has a climbing speed, and it can do the standing leap.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
And its
Yeah,
water
that is sweet.
dependency is only an hour. It's a lot less.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give
it's
it
a lot
C.
easier to deal with. Yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
bottom of C.
And you can do the
Yep.
grappler thing, and just anything that touches you has to fucking get poisoned.
I am gonna say this about your whole grappling idea. Just remember, due to its small
No,
size, it
no,
tends to have-
that's not the idea. The poison is so you apply a poison as a bonus action with the poisoner feat, right?
Okay.
They can apply a second coat of a poison as an incidental.
So every time they grapple something, they could just.
No, this
Yeah,
is with
but-
melee. This is melee
those are
weapons.
melee.
And
Well, I think
actually,
Buster's talking about your grappling idea. Is what Buster was talking about,
oh,
Yeah.
and you cut him off
I
and
was-
started talking about something else.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, just due to your size, grappling is not ideal because size does affect grappling if you try to grapple a larger target.
No,
That is-
I got that. The grappling isn't that great, but
Yeah.
They have a couple really cool things, but again,
They're-
poison kinda isn't great late game.
also the roleplay is really cool with the like color of your skin representing your class.
Yeah, they are a very
Yeah.
cool idea. It's literally just the damage type is what limits them,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Orc of Exandria with the other orcs.
Let's just go with orc.
Yep, the
It's
orc.
an
Orc goes with orc.
Orc goes with orc
Orc.
with orc.
Orc.
But again, for the Grung, I'm saying F, solely because of the water constraint.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
poison immunity.
I don't
And,
care.
and I will say 1
You're
minute. or
forced to
1
go
minute.
into water.
I'll
For
say
what?
1 hour is a lot easier to deal with than like the 8 hours of the Locath. It is
Yeah.
a lot.
It's
more.
4 hours for Locath.
Is it 4? I mean, it's still it's a lot easier.
Yeah, it's
Still
a lot.
not great.
I mean, here's the thing: you can do it during your rest.
Yeah, you just have to have a way to do it. It's not too bad.
Yeah, barrel of water.
And now we have a fun one.
Gnomes.
You got gnomed.
A.
Yeah,
Don't
A or S.
But we have to.
I'm just.
They're the only race. Is it the gnome the only race that can? No, it's halflings that can hide in people, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
happening.
That's halfling.
I
Did
mean,
you say hide in people?
Yes,
in the same
yes.
squares.
Yeah.
somewhere,
We'll talk about it more once we get
Well,
to it.
yeah, when we get to it, we'll
I'm
talk.
sorry, but the way how Bones fucking
We'll
said
talk
that,
about it on
sounded
Halfling.
Like I'm going into someone.
Yeah, we're
No.
we're jumping guns here.
Those are plasmoids, Fluff.
Deep Gnome, Rock Gnome, and Forest Gnome. I mean, they're just good.
Gnomes are
Yeah.
good. Gnomes are solid. There's
Deep
there's a
gnomes are
reason
pretty
why they're
nice.
very common.
B or A?
I would say low A.
D.
Say solid.
T?
Say B.
No, B.
Yeah,
I will-
I'll put them low A. Everyone okay with
Yeah,
that?
very bottom of A. I think is
Yeah.
fair. They're
Actually.
solid. They're not as good as halflings.
Low A, high B.
Yeah, we went bottom of A is where we kind of put them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom barrel of A.
Yeah,
I think is a fair place to bottom.
they're an okay race. They can have some fun stuff to them.
Halfling, I think, does a lot of things better, but they're not.
Speaking of
bad.
which, let's just jump to Halfling.
Aw.
S.
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 Easy S. I don't think we even have to talk about it.
Also, we need to talk about one thing: how Halflings got D&D sued.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
They weren't Halflings when they
Yeah,
first
that's
came
right.
out.
Were
Well,
they a straight up Lord of the Rings thing?
yep, they
Yeah,
were straight up
Hobbit.
copying hobbits from Lord of the Rings, and it got them to be sued, so they had to change the name to Halflings.
Yep, they were straight up called hobbits.
Yep.
To be fair,
Also, how
OG D&D
also
was just a rip of Lord of the Rings. so-
also Halfling, so you can get the bullshit ability of you have like a 1 in 2048 chance to get a 1.
Yep.
yeah, they're
You
bullshit.
roll.
Yeah, yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, they're just S. They have great roleplay options too.
Yes.
Half
Oh, yeah.
elves.
Oh wait, before we move on, I would also like to say this. There's even a sub race for halflings that gives you a 30-foot telepathic range. Just for
is it
heavy,
really?
just a reminder.
Oh, because why not?
Yep.
Is that a new
of course.
one or?
No, it's the Ghostwise halfling.
Oh,
Yep.
Of course, why not? Why wouldn't you
yeah.
want
Why
that?
not?
Exactly.
Go wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Half elf. A.
That's
A.
fair.
Yeah, I can say
A.
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 Yeah.
A.
They lose
I
some
don't
of
know.
the stuff that made elves so good.
They lose some of the
First-
stuff that make elves good, but they gain some good stuff from humans, and they're just really role playable.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna. Well, if correct me if I'm wrong here, but don't they also gain a total of +4 to stats unlike other races?
No, I
Right,
don't
then
think.
only get plus
No,
They get in skills. They don't gain.
no, they gain
stats.
plus. They gain +3.
Aw, damn. They changed that. It used to
No,
be-
no, that's always been the thing. That's like
I know. I
always.
could have sworn. I could have sworn it was +2 and then +1/+1.
No, it was +2 and then +1 to any other. Oh no, it is 2 other ability scores. It's +4.
Let's go.
Plus charisma and then +2 and yeah.
I
Yep.
still don't think they're S.
No, they're not S.
I will say they're A because they do lose out on some of the stuff that made elves so good.
Yeah,
like
You
they're-
can also. I also think it's really cool that you can steal abilities from your heritage of elf, which is really cool. I'm not saying it deserves S, but it damn well deserves A.
yeah. No, it does deserve A. Well, we're settling on A. Half orc. I'm debating S with
I'm gonna
this.
say the same area as half elf.
No.
Mm,
Orcs-
Because half orc gets the most powerful ability from the orc, and also doesn't take any of the negatives.
And also takes brutal criticals.
Yeah.
Yes, that
Draw an
too.
extra
Put them-
die.
I would put them in low S.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
put them in low S.
I
They're
would- yeah, I
also
would say half
they're-
orcs are
they're-
better
you
than
can
orcs.
always role play a half orc. It's just always good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
I've
also the
seen
fact
half
that,
orc wizards. I've seen half orcs who are like, ah, yes, my mother was a sorcerer and my father was an orc chieftain kind of thing, and now I
There's
am a
also-
shaman of my people.
There's also the fact that in lore, half orcs don't look any different than actual normal orcs. They
Hmm.
canonically look like regular orcs, so no one knows that you're a half orc until you tell them,
Mm-hmm.
which is really fun. Human, I'm just gonna say variant human, and then not say anything else because I don't think I need to explain anything else.
Hey.
other than that.
Yeah.
Just A.
I don't know.
Very-
Variant human getting a feat from
No,
start.
Yeah.
because if you include lineages basically does the same thing where you can select a feat as part of your racial,
True.
and that's the
I'm-
whole shtick of why variant's good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this.
Fair.
It has some drawbacks to being human, and I think it's overplayed a lot.
Yeah.
It is.
Sorry, but I'm gonna die on this goddamn hill. God.
Well, you're gonna die on this hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Hey,
die on the
that's
hill
fine.
with a warforged, a turtle, and a tabaxi.
You can
will
hate
say,
me all you
variant
want for that
human
human
was
one.
Variant human was the OG to get the feat.
Listen, let me just say
That's
one
it.
thing: human battle master fighter.
There's
Yeah.
a reason why it's the most popular mix ever.
Uh,
It's good.
Haragon.
Boring.
Harengon? Harengon are fun.
They're Fey. They're
fair.
unique. They have a cool jump mechanic.
Are they Fey?
Story wise,
They are
Yeah,
Fey.
they're Fey.
They are
Do
Fey.
they have a Fey resistance?
I'm checking
Or
that
just
right
Fey?
now.
No, they don't have the Fey resistance.
Oh,
They're
okay.
classified as Fey, but they don't have the resistance. But
They don't have Fey resistance. Oh, they're not Fey. They're humanoid.
are they? I
Oh.
thought they were. I thought they,
They
were.
they do not
Maybe they were
classify
right.
as Fey for some reason.
Which
They
is
are
weird, 'cause
medium
they're
or
supposed to be
small.
from there.
You can add your proficiency to initiative rolls.
Mm-hmm.
You gain
the later the
proficiency
game
in
gets, the
perception, lucky footwork. When you fail a dex save, you can use your reaction to add a d4 to the save. You cannot use this reaction if you're prone, and rabbit hop. As a bonus action, you can jump a number of feet equal to 5 times your proficiency bonus without
Yeah.
provoking attack of opportunity.
Yeah, they're really. They have a good way of just getting out of trouble, basically.
Yeah, they're really mobile. I'd say a
Yeah.
B.
I'd say a solid
Yeah,
B.
I-
Wait, well, how's the roleplay though? Like,
That's what I'm saying. The roleplay is falling. I
Yeah,
would
it's
say
very-
A,
Yeah.
but the roleplay falls because it's not Fey when it should be.
Yeah, they're from the Feywild. They're canonically from the Fey.
But they're not Fey.
They spoke Sylvan, and they eventually, some of them left the Fey. But it doesn't say that they aren't Fey anymore, but they're not for some reason. It's weird. It's dumb.
Yeah. This is why I'm putting them down at a B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Fairy.
Okay,
Hentai
Tinkerbell.
Fairy. Hentai Fairy.
I knew you was going
I
to
can see it being A.
So,
Yeah, they had a flight
Fairy,
speed, which is
Fey,
flight
small, flight speed. Their flight
Wait.
Wait.
How,
Is equal
how
to the
limited are
walking.
they?
They cannot wear medium or heavy. They are the same as Aarakocra.
Yeah, the
Because
same
of their
issue
fucking
with it.
size, which is understandable.
I'm going to say this. At 3rd level, they gain Fairy Fire. At
Ooh.
5th level,
Uh-huh.
they gain Enlarge and Reduce.
Yep.
Are you limited one way or the other, or no?
You can cast this once with this trait. You can't cast a spell again until you finish a long rest. You can cast either of these if you have spell slots.
Oh, so you're not limited by that.
You
Okay.
also have Druidcraft as a cantrip.
Eh.
It's I'd
That's
say it's a just straight A. There's some
Yeah,
roleplay
no, that's a
opportunities.
solid
Very
A.
solid A. It's a very
Yeah.
fun one.
There's some roleplay opportunities for you being a fairy too, when mixing with the fae and shit.
And then here we come to the last race, the one
The
that none of us know.
I know this race. A
Man,
race
you
that
don't.
does not
Technically a goblin.
No. So this
No.
I rule this as an experimented on goblin, but they are a race which are experimented upon that do not have an expiration date. They do not know when they die.
Yeah, they canonically don't have a known lifespan.
Um,
Warforged.
They are goblin. They are a subtype of goblin. They
Hmm.
can
Oh.
speak and read common goblin. They hit maturity around 24, and they thought to live nearly 200 years old is the oldest, but no Vendrin has ever died of old age. They're similar to size of goblins were created. Their walking speed is 30. They have black blood healing. So whenever they boost their natural healing, whenever you roll a 1 or 2 on a hit die spent on a short rest, you re-roll and you must use the new roll. They have limited telepathy. They have proficiency in persuasion, and they have advantage on all wisdom and charisma saving throws, which is really good, that last one.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that
they're
is pretty good.
unironically a really solid class.
I'd
Or
say
race.
A.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I would
agree.
argue S, but there's just some role play lacking.
Yeah, there's not really a lot for the roleplay because it's like
They're an
literally part of their
experimented
lore
on
is
goblin.
part of their lore is there's just shit people don't know about them. That's literally just part of their lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they just look like a really weird goblin to you. But that's our race list.
Yeah,
Any complaints?
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I just
What's your
I-
complaint?
The Lockhath needs to go into God tier.
Okay,
is
so
all.
actual complaints.
Alright, hang on. I got another one.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
French God. Trash God.
Alright.
Plasmoids.
Ocean. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
Ocean.
He needed it.
With a cinder block.
Wait,
That's where it goes. Trash with the ocean.
Ocean.
It's specifically in the ocean, but under the trash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's underneath the garbage patch.
It's underneath that garbage patch the size of Australia.
Yeah.
Man, talking about this giant
Australia.
garbage patch in the ocean.
I don't know.
Let's stop talking
I'm
about
pretty
the UK
happy
that
with
way.
this. There's gonna be some complaints, obviously, with all the races,
Oh,
but
of course.
Oh yeah.
Leave a comment down below. Which
Like,
do you
I think I think we definitely should have had more in the lower category, but we just love the races.
Well, one of the problems is they, for the most part, did a pretty good job balancing most of the races.
Yeah,
there's just- Most of them.
Yeah, that's why
There's
there
a
are
reason why most of them are A and B. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. But tell me what your favorite race is, and maybe how wrong were we with the fucking bullshit I mentioned earlier? What were we wrong about? Something.
I don't know.
You're wrong for not putting humans and gods here.
Fuck off.
Same with Loxodon.
Alright, see y'all next time.
Nope,
Hope you
Lockstone's
enjoyed.
perfect where it is.
Oh fuck, I forgot my shortcuts don't work anymore.